Ben Simmons also said Philly's focused on getting an all-star caliber player in return to pair with Joel Embiid. Well, why wouldn't they? So, Broussard, we know what Simmons can do, but we also know what Simmons cannot do. What is the better option for the Sixers? Keep him or trade him?
Well, look, Jenna, this was the case a few weeks ago when the stories came out that, oh, we're going to make it work with Ben. We're not trading him. Nobody believed that because It's not a black and white situation. It's not a we absolutely must trade Ben Simmons, nor is it a we absolutely must keep Ben Simmons. If I can get the right package for him, I'm definitely trading Ben Simmons. And I'm going to say this, and this might lean towards you got to move him, but if they bring back this roster as it is, barring major injuries to the other contenders in the East, this Philadelphia team's not reaching the finals. They're a broken team. Not so broken that I'm just going to blow it up and trade Ben for nothing, but they are broken and they need to improve dramatically to win the East. My first call, if I'm Daryl Morey, I know maybe it's a long shot. I'm calling Portland and I'm saying, what kind of package do I need to build around Ben Simmons to get Damian Lillard? And honestly, if I'm Damian Lillard, I've got my eye on Philadelphia. I mean, what better place is there for Dame Dollar than to go play with Joel Embiid? He doesn't have to change his game much, just needs to make sure the big man eats, but he can still do the perimeter thing like he does. If he goes to, people are talking about Golden State for Damian Lillard. That'd be great, but a lot of changes there in terms of his game and all that stuff. So that's one thing. I like the terminology Philly's putting out there, all-star caliber, because that broadens things. Malcolm Brogdon, not an all-star, but all-star caliber. De'Aaron Fox, same thing. So he doesn't have to be a guy that's made an all-star team, but a guy that potentially could. So, like I said, I'm not just giving away Ben Simmons, but I'm certainly looking. There's no question about it. Now, It depends. His value depends on who you talk to. Because some people really still like him and think you can build around him, put 4 shooters around him and kind of build around him like the Bucks did with Giannis. Others think he's mentally fragile, he doesn't work that hard, and his motor is so inconsistent that he can't be Giannis or close to Giannis, because some games Ben's just not as aggressive as you'd like him to be. So it's not everybody's in love with Ben Simmons, but some people are.
But enough people are in lust with the idea of what he could be that he is an incredibly attractive trade piece. 24. Not just a criminally underrated Kiefer Sutherland show, also how old Ben Simmons is. 24 years old, with 4 years left on his contract, and an all-NBA team under his belt, and should have won Defensive Player of the Year this year. You are not trading him for a Malcolm Brogdon-centric package. It is Bradley Beal, or it is Damian Lillard, or it is Ben Simmons back on the Sixers. So that's it. Like, that's what now, it's not 1 for 1 for Dame, but luckily the Sixers have drafted well. Tybal is very valuable. Tyrese Maxey is valuable. And when you look around the landscape, whether it's Dame, Beal, or All-NBA, disgruntled All-NBA player to be named in the future that comes available that we don't expect, who can create an attractive package in a city and a team those guys would want to go to, meaning the player that is demanding out? So Oklahoma City has all the picks in the world. Portland is not going to send Dame to Oklahoma City. They're just not going to do him like that. New Orleans has nearly all the picks in the world. And New Orleans also has Brandon Ingram. They are a real contender as far as to be able to trade Ingram and picks for a star, but the star has to want to go there, which means the star has to be comfortable, A, that team's going to be able to contend, B, that Zion is going to be there long term. Philly is a big market with an MVP caliber guy already in place. So I'm not reporting this, but I know this. They are not trading Ben Simmons at his low point value-wise for a B-level player. They're just not doing it. So if Dame comes available, they will be at the front of that list. If Beal comes available, they will be near the front of that list. If neither of those guys come available, Brandon, they are comfortable starting the season with Ben and Joel together and biding their time, which is, in my opinion, exactly what they should do. Because you trade Ben for Brogdon and pieces, you're not winning the East. Like, you got no and Brogdon's a good player. But that doesn't get you where you need to be, Brandon.
A level, B level, doesn't matter. If they trade Ben Simmons, it will be the biggest regret this organization will ever have. I'm saying it like that. Why? Because this kid played 1 year of college basketball. This dude, we know, is an all-time NBA defensive player. We know that. So we're talking about a kid who has been afraid to fail in front of people. So yes, we're talking about mental right now. Coach better. Pull more out of him, Doc. You've been here for 9 months. Get more out of him. Sit down with him, Sam Cassell. Talk to him. Get more out of him. Now we're talking about Ben. Ben got to do more. He knows that. But we're talking about a guy, you look a guy in his eye, you say, okay, do you want to get better? Because we know who you are. We know what you're capable of doing. In practice, when you have guys coming in and trying to take your spot, you shoot all the time. And you shoot the ball well. And that's coming from people that I know in the organization. We're talking about janitors and security guards that watch these pickup games. He's afraid to fail. So what he needs to do is actually work on his game, which he said after the season, he said, I'm not going to the Olympics because I need to work on me. So you know this is a dude that looked in the mirror and said, I know I need to do better. Now, Wiles, this organization needs to support that because we're talking about a dude that can shut down anybody any given night. We're also talking about a dude that is one of he's a top 25, top 30 player in the NBA. What are you going to get back? Now, Nick, I heard you say, Dame. If you get Dame, okay, let's go for it. But Bradley Beal, I would even question that. Like, you need to make this work. He's 24, coach. Yeah, he's in the NBA. We know that. We know he's an all-star. But what we stop coaching? We stop developing guys when they make it to the big leagues? No.
Okay, so Brandon, let me just dig in on that. Brett Brown was like, hey, I want Ben Simmons to shoot a 3 a game. It felt like Brett Brown put all the support behind Simmons. Everybody wanted him to shoot. Everyone, the fans wanted him to shoot. Right. The coach said, I don't care if you miss it. I just want you to shoot. It felt like a foundation of confidence to build your game upon. And Ben Simmons was like, nah, not going to do it. So I don't know.